pressure and they found a way out. Right? How amazing to watch that from deep.
Yeah, it's great to watch. I don't know too much of the technical stuff about the scrums, but obviously South Africa have got an outstanding set piece and for our boys and our bench to come on and really lock down the scrum. And our line out time was, it's always pleasing as a back to be able to see that and have potentially a penalty advantage or a free play at it. And, obviously South Africa pride themselves on this set piece, so to be able to match them tonight and get some reward there was extremely pleasing from a back's point of view anyway.
How big to draw first blood in this series and play from the front, as it were?
It's extremely satisfying, but we obviously know it's 3 more tests, so we've got to keep our feet firmly on the ground. Obviously, Test rugby's not easy, and to win over here at Ellis Park is no mean feat. So first of all, we have to obviously enjoy that, but we have to move on pretty quickly. We've got another game on Tuesday against the Lions, and then a test down in Cape Town. And South Africa too got a team to just sit back and they'll throw everything at us next week. So yeah, we'll enjoy tonight, but obviously really important. We've got to move on pretty quickly and get around the boys playing on Tuesday and then the next test.
Don't want to get too bogged down in the technicalities, but the high ball battle, they started to retrieve almost everything they were putting up for a period there. What do you think was happening at that point?
Yeah, they've got a great kicking game, and we probably didn't diffuse as many as we would have liked. I guess now with a lot of the time ball getting battered around, it's about jumping on the scraps as quickly as possible. We probably, at times we're okay, and then times we probably need to improve a little bit in the following up of the series, but it's obviously a real strength of these. They've got guys who are great in the air, and we'll have a look at it and try and improve on it throughout the next week.
13-12 at half time, what was the message from the coach?
Yeah, obviously the South African boys threw a lot at us in that first half, so like I said, to be only down by 1 point was quite pleasing. Obviously we knew we still had opportunities to play, and I guess we were able to do that early on in the second half, but it's sort of just to stay patient, trust our game plan, and just to get back into our work. And when there was opportunities, so we're playing at altitude, so the lungs started to hurt a little bit late in the second half, but when there are opportunities to play, we obviously play with a lot of optimism, so great opportunities, and I think we were able to do that and score some good tries in the end.
A special ground, a special opponent, a special occasion. How pleasing was it to stay in the fight after a tough first half and get the win?
Extremely satisfying. Like in terms of a spectacle in an arena to play in front of, this is as good as it gets. Ellis Park against South Africa, the world's best. So it was awesome to have so many Kiwis in the crowd too. Like, to be a part of this tour is extremely special, and we feel very humbled to be a part of it. So it's just a start. Obviously we've got 3 tough tests coming up at the end, and the game on Tuesday against the Lions. So we'll enjoy tonight and move on pretty quickly.
Thanks. Proud. Look, there was nothing in that game. I know the score, might sound convincing, but it was an absolute arm wrestle at 19-16. We're under the pump, and boys barred up. We defended, and then we were clinical and we got our opportunities. I'm really proud. A massive effort. A great result for us, but we're wary of the response that we'll get next week.
Dave, I was at a function last night called Back to Spirit and Hospitality. You asked fans to be visible, to be vocal. I noticed that the players went and thanked everyone afterwards. Could you hear the New Zealanders in the crowd, and what did they mean both for you and I?
Yeah, I can't hear much in the coach's box, to be fair, but I could hear them plenty when I was on the field post game. Maybe Artie would be better to answer that question.
And I got pretty emotional when I was talking post game, hearing them cheer. It's pretty special. We talk about not only playing for us, but the people back at home. So it's really it's a big honour to see the support.
Obviously the scrum played a big part in that game, but massively under a lot of heat. But we just took to that moment.
Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Sports. We've got the All Blacks versus the Lions at Ellis Park tonight. It's your boy Ali de Block covering live for Forever Sports. Unfortunately, you're going to have to look at this ugly mug for the game tonight while Steve is enjoying himself at Ellis Park a true Lions fan himself, of course, covering the game for Forever Sports. So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of really cool content coming from that. But yeah, guys, so we've got the All Blacks on an absolutely hot streak on this tour, winning all 4 of their games so far, including the one against the Springboks on Saturday at the same ground. Heartbreaking loss there for the Boks, 33 points to 16. But let's review the All Blacks tour so far, having beaten the Stormers 21 or 38 points to 21 with a fast start there. Looking really good, did the Stormers. Honestly, they've put up the best performance of all the South African teams so far. Then the Stormers, after that, well, the All Blacks rather, moved to a very wet, a very windy and cold Durban and absolutely hammered the Sharks. Really nice touch in that game, of course, seeing the old All Blacks legend himself, Ma Nonu, doing a haka for the All Blacks, which was really, really cool. But the rugby itself, not so great from the Sharks, losing that game 54 points to 0. Then they moved through to Pretoria, winning that game against the Bulls 50 points to 19. And of course, like I said, playing the Springboks on Saturday and winning that game 33 points to 16. So the All Blacks really on quite a hot streak here. So, yeah, look, they're going to look to go 5 from 5 tonight, and I think it's going to be quite an exciting game. The Lions were the best URC team for South Africa in the past season. Of course, it's not quite the URC team playing tonight. However, there are quite a few exciting faces turning up for the Lions tonight. The most excited of which I am to see is Siba Mahashe at number 6, the 20-year-old breakdown wizard. Paul de Villiers, watch out. Siba Mahashe is coming for your spot. He's got explosive carrying. I mean, he's compared locally here in South Africa, for anyone who's watching, to like a young Sia Kolisi. Let's see if he has that same leadership talent, perhaps that Kolisi does one day. But as an explosive breakdown player, Siba Mahashe has got the goods. Really exciting to see Buan Fenter as well on the bench for the Lions tonight. Definitely going to see him come on maybe as type of a bomb squad, or perhaps in the second half, just to bring a bit of control to things when the players start to get tired. We've seen a pattern of that with the local team, starting strong, looking good for the first, I suppose, for the Sharks, 5 minutes. But for the Stormers and the Bulls, looking really, really good for a little bit at the beginning and then just really dropping off. Except, I suppose, for the Bulls, that second half, they did come back quite well, which was interesting to see. But now, Kewan Horn as well, another Bok player, starting at fullback for the Lions. An elite counter-attack. He has a pinpoint accurate boot. Let's hope that he can be on form tonight. The weather in Joburg is fantastic for a game of rugby this evening. But yeah, guys, let me know. What are your predictions for this game tonight? Personally, I'll get onto my picks. Put your predictions in. I put my predictions into my picks earlier today, and I've got the All Blacks to win this one at 47 points to 12. I do think that the All Blacks are going to be quite comfortable winners tonight, as they've shown throughout this tournament, or this series, rather. But the Lions definitely, I think they've got a few points up their sleeves. Hopefully they do better than what I'm saying and score more than 12 points tonight. But the All Blacks, especially with the strong team that they have selected this evening, I believe are going to be too strong for the Lions. And speaking of, let's go through those starting lineups for the Lions. We've got SJ Kutzer, we've got PJ Buerta, Sebastian Lombard at 3, Etienne Oosthuizen at 4, and Ruan Delport at 5. Like I said earlier, Siba Mahashe at 6. Really keen to see him play alongside his junior bookmate, Bato Tlekani. Captain Franco Horn at number 8, Nico Steyn at number 9, Chris Smith starting at fly half, Erich Cronje at 11, Richard Creel at 12, Henku van Wyk at 13, Kelly Mpeku at 14, and Kuan Horn at 15. Now for New Zealand, we've got Siale Lauaki starting at 1, with Samsoni Taukiaho at 2, Pasilo Tosi at 3, Sam Darry at 4, Patrick Tuipolatu, the captain tonight, at 5, Wallace Titi at 6, Ethan Blackadder starting at 7, Semasi Tupua Tailoa at 8, Noah Hotham at 9, Richie Mwanga, very excited to see him play tonight, at 10. And we've got Emoni Narawa 11, Timosi Tavatava at 12, Rico Ioane starting at 13, Fehi Finianganofo at 14, and Bowden Barrett at 15. What an absolutely star-studded team the All Blacks have. Interestingly, on the bench for the All Blacks tonight, they've got Saula Mau, who might be making his All Blacks debut this evening, which will be really cool to see. And just in case anyone didn't know, on the bench, Ofa Tuunga Fasi was scheduled to play this game off the bench. However, he has been ruled out of this match due to illness. All right, guys, yeah, we've got some predictions in the chat here. We've got 62-15 in favor of the All Blacks from Sean Bateman. Wow, that's quite a big prediction, and it is entirely possible. We've got 40 points to 3 here from Terrence. 57-0, says Craig Morgan. Ooh, that's a painful prediction. That taking it back a few years to when the All Blacks hammered the Boks in the pre-Russie, pre-Jacques era by that very same scoreline. But it looks like we do have a few Lions fans in the comments as well. Lawyer Up SA saying Lions are going to win. End of discussion. Elise Young saying let's win Lions. Look, guys, my heart agrees. It tells me, look, Lions, we're going to go for it. We're going to get this win tonight. But my head tells me otherwise. Like I said, I've got All Blacks at 47 points to 12 victors this evening. Well, guys, yeah, look, it's exciting. A tour like this, the last time it happened in South Africa was 30 years ago. And, well, I mean, not even like this. It was the last time the All Blacks actually had a proper tour to South Africa. But the last time the All Blacks played against the franchise teams was even longer before that. I mean, to go back, the Lions have actually beaten the All Blacks before, back in 1928, and they won that game 6-0. Of course, they weren't the Lions back then. They were indeed Transvaal. But still, it's quite a really cool achievement. All Blacks then winning all the next fixtures that they played in 1960, 1970, 1996, as well as, I think that was the last time. Yeah, 1996, 30 years ago. Oh, so I stand corrected. They did actually play the franchise teams. My apologies. But anyway, yeah, All Blacks are likely to win again tonight. In the last game they played in 96, they won that game 34 points to 22. It'd be really cool to see if that result could be repeated tonight. It means the Lions are definitely going to put themselves up and really, really show what they are about. Many have said that the Lions are going to be the best team to play against the All Blacks from the South African franchises, given their really good performance and heroics in the URC being the best South African team. But let me know. What are you guys saying? What are you going to say for this game? Sorry, I see a comment saying you can't hear me nicely. Just let me know. Is this a little bit better? Sorry, I just got to fix my mic a little bit. That should be better. Just let me know in the comments there. But yeah, guys, we've got 5 minutes until kickoff. So, yeah, let's get into it. And the All Blacks are about to do their haka. Again, please just let me know if fixing the mic here has made things a little bit better for the sound. Thanks, guys. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the All Blacks have completed their haka, Lions respectfully watching, and it seems that Russie's influence on the crowd really has or the people have listened to what Rassie has said. Let's keep quiet. Let's listen to the haka. Let's respect it. It is honestly a really cool and respectful tradition. And it's good to see that South Africans have heeded the call of the national coach. Yeah, so again, let's review this tournament or this series so far. All Blacks beating the Stormers 38 points to 21, then dismantling the Sharks 54-0. And yeah, beating the Bulls 50 points to 19. And again, the Springboks losing 33 points to 16 at Ellis Park as well, most unfortunately. But you know what? It is a 4-match series, and I do believe the Springboks are going to bounce back. So I'm just trying to get the live scene going here. It should be here soon. There we go. I think you guys should be seeing now. We've got kickoff coming up in a little bit. In the next 10 seconds. Let's go Lions. And that's kickoff, ladies and gents. Lions kicking off left to right. All Blacks picking it up with Ethan Blackadder and immediately forming a maul. Quite interesting there from the All Blacks, but the maul has been stopped. Ref calling for New Zealand to use it, which they do. They shift it through the back line. Immediately some exciting running rugby. We've got a first touch from Rico Ioane, who breaks the first tackle, but is brought down by Henko van Wyk in the second. Moving the ball along now to number 6, Wallace Etiti, who pops it off to Ethan Blackadder into contact. All Blacks just outside their own 22. The ball again recycled by the All Blacks, just making a few meters there, trying to get towards the 40-meter line. Sam Darry taking into contact, taking 3 men to get him down there, getting a nice few meters there for the All Blacks. Noah Hotham now lining up the box kick. Successfully manages so, but it is out on the full. Unsuccessful, actually. Yeah, not a great kick there from Noah Hotham. Of course, being, the third, fourth choice in the the All Blacks roster for the number 9s, of course, he's going to be under some pressure to do well if he really wants a chance to actually play a test match, which seems unlikely. The line out taken by the Lions, they form a maul, and it is rolling forward. Great meters there, pumping of the legs by Batosh Lekani. He is a large man with a lot of excitement, a lot of potential, and a lot of power. Shifting it now through the backline, the Lions. Chris Smith with a skip pass. Through to Kieran Horn, who gets it. Steps a few players, eats a gap, but is eventually brought down by Rico Ioane. Lions just outside the 22. Long pass back, and they've fumbled it back towards the 40-meter line, but Lions still have the possession which they need. Henko van Wyk now passing it down to the left wing, where we find the number 8 for the Lions, Franco Horn, kicking and chasing. Lions chasing it, but All Blacks get there and kick the ball out. That was fantastic. What a kick from Franco Horn. Wow. The captain putting it on the boot, backline players chasing it. In fact, I think that was Siba Mahashe who was in there and the closest to the ball from the Lions players, but getting around as Bowden Barrett had no other choice but to kick it out just on the 5-meter line. It's going to be a line out to the Lions on the 5-meter line. Exciting stuff from the Lions. Can they get the first points on the board? Line out taken. Unchallenged by New Zealand. Lions form the maul. It's going forward. It is going forward, but New Zealand have collapsed that maul. Surely, ref. That has to be an advantage to the Lions. No. Ref says brought down lawfully. Crash ball now for the Lions. SJ Kutsa taking it into contact. Now passing it through to Ruan Delport, who also takes it into contact. Lions 2 meters out. Forming another ruck. They're just slowing it down a little bit as Niku Stain. Passing it again to the forwards who are taking a bit of crash ball. But New Zealand have stolen the ball. But in picking up the stolen ball, I think that was Ethan Blackadder. He has knocked it on. So it is going to be a Lions scrum on the 5-meter line. Lions looking the most attacking so far in this game, ladies and gents. This is very exciting. I don't think anybody foresaw this. Really, really good crash ball from the Lions, but Ethan Blackadder was very, very quick on Henku van Wyk there to pick up the ball and get over it, legally winning it. But while he was picking it up out of there, he just knocked it on. Just slippery conditions it might be. But look, it's really warm in Joburg, but I don't think that's any excuse for, slippery fingers, normal sweat conditions. Bit of an injury here for the Lions as well. It seems like who was that? Was that Henku van Wyk? No, it was not. It is number 5, Ruan Delport, who has just taken it into contact there, and just the physio is coming on, just having a little look at him, making sure he's okay. But he seems to be fine. Seems to be all right. Just giving him a bit of water, telling him take a teaspoon of cement, toughen up a bit there. You only get one chance to play against the All Blacks. Doesn't come very often. All right, so I'm setting up the scrum now are the Lions. And the ref says, no, we're going to have to redo that one. Just struggling to set up that scrum appropriately were the All Blacks. Okay, yeah, they're setting up the scrum again now. Niku Stain with ball in hand. Just giving a bit of pep talk to the forwards there as they bind together. All right, Lions winning the scrum. Looking very solid. Into the back line. Henku van Wyk gets the ball. Crash through. Great ball. Inside the 5-meter line are the Lions. And Lions over the try line, scoring the first points of the game. That is Niku Stain. Oh, my goodness. Did anybody see this coming? Ladies and gents, I certainly did not. Lions have the opening try. Niku Stain putting the ball into the scrum. It was a bit of crash ball to Henku van Wyk. He took it over the 5-meter line. Niku Stain then picks it up, dummies the New Zealanders, and puts it over the try line, crashing over. Brilliant start from the Lions. It's 5-0, and it is going to be a kick from right in front of the poles for Chris Smith. He probably hasn't had an easier kick in his life. What a brilliant start here for the Lions, going 5-0 up against the All Blacks. Who would have knew? Wow. And he slots it over. 7-0 to the Lions. Awesome stuff here. Awesome. Come on, you Lions. That was so sneaky from the scrum off there, Niku Stain. Just sniping from the back of the ruck there off Henku van Wyk's crash ball. Sold the New Zealand players down the river. And the Lions go 7-0 up. Watchalong now collects the kickoff and remains in the 22. New Zealand having quite a fast press there off the deep kickoff. Niku Stain now collecting it, setting up the box kick, which he kicks quite deep and out on the full, but a really good kick. Collected by Bowden Barrett. Thinks about taking it first time, but thinks against it. And it will be a line out for the All Blacks. Just about on the halfway line. Very good clearance kick from Niku Stain. Yeah, All Blacks just inside their own half. Uncontested line out. All Blacks win it. Oh, and there's an interception there from Sibo Mahashe. There's no one in front of him. He's running. He's over the try line. The Lions are up 12-0, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot believe this. This is phenomenal. This is unbelievable. Oh my goodness. All Blacks won their line out and just lazy rugby, really. Such an easy, lackadaisical pass there from Noah Hotham, and Siba Mahashe says, thank you very much. I will collect that on the intercept. No one there to stop him, and he canters over. It's 12-0 to the Lions. It's going to be 14-0 now because Chris Smith's easily going to kick this one over as well. Oh my goodness. The Lions have already scored the amount of points that I predicted they would. What an insane start. Sheesh, guys, let's hear you in the comments. Like, what are you saying? This is brilliant. Craig Morgan saying, go Lions. Wow. I absolutely agree. Go Lions. This is brilliant. It's 14-0. Chris Smith just dinks it over. Very easy kick again. Oh, Noah Hotham has had a shocking start to this game. Kicking one out in the full earlier. Now he's allowed Siba Mahashe to get a great interception, or an easy interception. The kickoff is taken now again to Watchalong. Oh, and he's knocked it on. Most unfortunate there from the young man. Probably just getting a bit too excited, going unexpectedly 14-0 up against the All Blacks. Sheesh. Yo, Ivan van Rooyen, coach of the Lions. Perhaps you could give the Springboks a tip or two here about how to play against the All Blacks at Ellis Park in 2026, because this is a clinical performance so far from the Lions. First mistake they've really made is off this kickoff now. Watchalong knocking the ball on straight off the kickoff. Oh, I tell you what, ladies and gents, the vibes in the crowd are immense. We've got boys from Jeppy, we've got boys from Kes, we've got boys from Parktown watching. Various schools around Johannesburg enjoying the Lions winning this game so far. 9 minutes on the clock, it's 14-0, and the scrum to be fed by Noah Hotham. It's just inside the Lions 22, so New Zealand with a chance here to bite back immediately after conceding that second try. Lions holding steady in the scrum, but it's gone through, and New Zealand shifted through to the back line. Rico Ioane, quick hands. And New Zealand, have they knocked that on? No, I think ref said it has moved backwards. But the Lions kick the ball forward all the way back to the halfway line. New Zealand gather and reset. Great chance in the 22 there. New Zealand had to get some points, but they did not take it. All the way back to the halfway line now on New Zealand. Peter Lakai. All right, crash ball again. And, taken up quickly by the number 11, Imoni Narawa, who pops it over to Noah Hotham. He's running. He steps the player for the Lions. Oh, and there's no one behind him. And New Zealand are going to go over for their first try of the game. Oh, a bit of a lackluster defensive effort there from the Lions. New Zealand were on the halfway line. And just picking it up there was Imoni Narawa. There was no one blocking the ruck there for the Lions. There was no one even contesting the ruck, and Imoni Narawa just saw a gap there, went straight through it, ran over as he was getting tackled, popped it through to Noah Hotham, who could run the rest of the 20 meters by himself, uncontested, and to score the first try for New Zealand. Beauden Barrett knocks it over, and it is 14 points to 7 now. Oh, the Lions will be really, really disappointed by that. Not the greatest effort there in defense. Just falling asleep there, really. Yeah, look, I think that'll do a world of good for the number 9 from New Zealand, Noah Hotham. It'll be really good for his confidence because he's had an awful start. Second try directly his fault, so he gets one back. And the kickoff taken by Kewan Horn for the Lions, collected by the All Blacks in the 22. It's gone deep. Lions chase it down really hard, and they've done really, really well now. New Zealand deep inside their own 22. About 10 meters out. And they take the crash ball, very interestingly. I thought they'd pop that back to Beauden Barrett for a kick, but they don't. The crash ball is taken. Hotham again. Is he lining up for the box kick? Yes, he is. And he kicks it. Is it going to go out? Yes, it is. And Chris Smith thinks about taking it quickly as well, but no. Tava Nawai is there to stop the quick line out, throwing it in quickly. But yeah, it'll be a line out to the Lions on just about on the 40-meter line there. All right, ladies and gents, let me know where you're watching this game from. As the line out is taken, Lions win it. shifting it through the back line. Now, Batsohlekani gets it, and he bashes into the New Zealand forwards. Again to the props now. SJ Kutsa taking the ball into contact. Lions just getting over the 40-meter line, but it is stolen by Tavatava Nawai. And New Zealand have the ball. Looking to counter-attack, swinging it through to the right wing. And Finianga Norfo gets the ball, but he is tackled, and he's adjudged to be holding on for too long. Stolen by the Lions. It is a penalty to the Lions. Just on their halfway line. New Zealand had a chance to counter-attack there. It looked like it was Finianga Norfo who got himself into a bit of trouble on the counter, not having anyone to support him, getting tackled, and who was that? I think it was Siba Mahashe. Of course it was Siba Mahashe. What a legend. Just getting over and stealing that ball for the Lions, adjudged not to have been holding on, or adjudged to have been holding on, excuse me. Chris Smith is taking, he's chosen to go for the poles here. Thought the Lions would have kicked for a bit of territory, gone for the line outs and try to get the try, but Chris Smith from the 40-meter line kicks it. He's got the distance. Does he have the line? Oh, he's hit the upright. Unfortunate there from Chris Smith. It bounces right. Collected now by Finianga Norfo, and he has taken down just inside the 22 there for the All Blacks. Tui Piloto now takes the ball into contact, and the All Blacks still have it just inside their 22. Bowden Barrett to Rico Ioane, who finds a gap. He's running. He's by himself. He's brought down by Kewan Horn inside the Lions' half. Quick ball for the All Blacks now. Playing some aggressive running rugby they are. Brought down as Wallace Satiti in possession. All Blacks just getting caught up by a bit of speed here. Richie Moanga collects. It was a bit of a sloppy play there, pass behind him. But All Blacks still have the ball. Just been pushed back to inside their own half now. It is Tauki Yaho who takes the ball into possession and tackled. Now Siale Luaki gets it just over the halfway line for the All Blacks. Quick ball now for the All Blacks. And they have the advantage. The Lions are judged to be offside with a free play now, New Zealand. Bowden Barrett stepping the one player, but brought down in the tackle. Knocking it on, but it does not matter because the All Blacks have the advantage. Offside were the Lions in the build-up play there. And the All Blacks have a penalty just inside the Lions' half in the center of the field. Don't think the All Blacks are going to be similar to the Lions and try go for poles here. They want to score tries after try after try. I'm sure they're going to kick for touch, which they do. And it is indeed Richie Moanga who kicks for touch. Ooh, but he's kicked it a little bit too deep. Not great from Richie. I mean, we know that he could be... we know that Richie's usually a lot better than that. Look, it's been a while that he has been out the New Zealand or the All Blacks setup, but we do expect a little bit better from him. He's kicked the ball into touch, but it was behind the try line. Pretty awful kick, actually. So they'll come back for a line scrum from where that kick was taken. Yeah, interesting to see the All Blacks making quite a few errors so far in this game. A couple of errors which the Lions, of course, have already punished in scoring that second try. The first try was just pure rugby brilliance from the Lions, but that second try, purely from a Noah Hotham error. And again, Richie Mwanga's made another error. So let me know, guys, where you're watching this game from. Okay, yeah, the scrum is taken, but the Lions get a free kick off it. Incorrect bind there. It is kicked by Kewan Horn. Has that gone out in the full? No, it's just bounced in. Or has it? No, it has indeed gone out on the full. Oh, unlucky. That must have been a meter away from a brilliant kick. But it wasn't. It's gone out in the full. And it'll be another All Black scrum pretty much from where we started. All right, guys, let me know where you're watching this game from. All Blacks feed the ball. get it through, shifting out to the back line. Wallace Titi taking it into contact, running like a freight train he is. Oh, brilliant hands from Talkiaho through to Finianga Norfo, who steps a few players, making solid meters there for the All Blacks, just outside the Lions 22 now. Again, Talkiaho into contact. Oh, those are some swift hands from the big man Talkiaho there. Richie Moanga now to Ethan Blackadder. Into contact. All Blacks slowly gaining some meters. Just about creeping in towards the Lions 22 now. Hotham taking the ball. Blackadder passing it out and into contact. Brought down just outside the 22. All Blacks on the attack here. Finianga Norfa now gets it on the left wing. Pops it through. And he's running. Oh, and the Lions making tackle after tackle. And into the 5-meter line do the New Zealand go. Oh, and they are so close to the try line now. Desperate defense from the Lions, but they manage to get around. And the All Blacks make an error, knocking it on. Very close there with the All Blacks from scoring a second try and leveling the game out. But the Lions, with a very desperate defensive effort, succeeding, allowing the All Blacks to knock the ball on just inside the 5-meter line there. Some brilliant backline play there from Fehi Finianga Norfo and Emoni Narawa. Finianga Norfo just chicken wing popping it through to Narawa, who had what seemed like an open run to the try line, but a very big defensive effort coming from Kewan Horn, running from the fullback area and making the tackle just inside the 5-meter line to bring him down, which then brought the knock on. It will now be a scrum for the Lions just inside the 5-meter line. All right, guys. Yeah, let's keep the chat going here. Let me know who you predict to win this game. Who have you got? Have you got the Lions? Have you got the All Blacks? Like I said, my heart has the Lions, but my head has the All Blacks to win this game. Lions making a quick sub here. Hiron Andrews is on for Etienne Oosthuizen, who's going off for an HIA. Not sure what happened there, but there must have been a pretty big contact. All right, big scrum to come here. Lions ball feeding it in on their own 5-meter line. Let me know in the chat, guys, where are you watching from? We've got a few New Zealand fans here. We've got Marcus saying Lions must not get comfortable like the Bucks. I agree. It's a massive opportunity for them. Lions do win the scrum. And it is given to Henko van Wyk, who takes the crash ball. Now Nico Steyn passing it back to Chris Smith, who's sitting deep, kicking the ball as far as he can. And that is a brilliant clearance kick from Chris Smith. Ex-Bulls player, of course, now playing for the Lions, scoring 154 points in 18 appearances for the Lions in the URC. He was crucial to their success. And yeah, kicks it all the way down past the halfway line from where he was. Great clearance, pretty much from inside their own try line. So awesome stuff from Chris Smith, just getting a bit of territory back, a lot of pressure off. The lineouts is taken by the All Blacks, uncontested by the Lions. Now they're shifting it through the back line. Riku Ioane popping it to Bowden Barrett, who knocks it on. Lions get the ball through Chris Smith, who's going to run at them and is brought down. Of course, Lions have the knock-on advantage. Mahashe now with the ball, passing it through to the left winger. Erich Cronier brought down on the sideline there. Lions taking the ball upfield now, getting over the halfway line they are. Niku Steyn through to Chris Smith, who's going to kick it across and up and high, but it has gone quite a bit deep. A bit of a nothing kick there to Narawa, who now passes it through to Bowden Barrett, who's going to run a bit. Oh, and the All Blacks just making passy here, not really going anywhere. Now Ethan Blackadder taking it into contact in the New Zealand half at the 40-meter line. New Zealand now have an advantage for a high tackle there on Tailoa. New Zealand with a free play inside their own half. Imoni Narawa now with a little chip and chase. Doesn't get the ball though. It's collected by Chris Smith and they will go back for the All Blacks penalty. All Blacks getting a penalty for that high tackle, mistime tackle there, but ref did not deem it to be dangerous. We've got Paul Dent watching from Christchurch, New Zealand. Yeah, guys, good to have people watching from all around the world here. Good to have some New Zealand fans watching. The line out taken and won by New Zealand. Quick hands in the back line now. Timosi Tavatanawai taking the ball into contact. Oh, and New Zealand have another penalty advantage, which they take quickly. They run through, find a gap, get into the 22, and they've brought down again. But now the Lions have one possession back just like that. There was no one in support there for Tavatanawai, and it was then won over the ball by Erich Krunier. Adjudged to be holding on was Tavatanawai, getting that quick penalty to New Zealand. They took it quickly, ran quickly. There was no one there to support the player, and Lions win the ball back inside their own 22. Chris Smith going to take his mark and kick for touch, and it will be a Lions line-out. Should he kick it out? Let's hope he does. Erich Krunier, absolutely locked in. Brilliant work from the winger. This is the type of work you expect from, your Siba Mahashes, your Franco Horns, your Bato Hlekanis. But no, it's the left winger who's getting in over the ball, winning possession back for the Lions at a crucial point. New Zealand were only about 15 meters away from the try line there. Great chance to score some more points and level up the game. Erich Krunier, hero of the day. Lions take the line out uncontested by the All Blacks. They're going to shift it through to the back line now. Bato Hlekani to collect, bouncing off Wallace Sititi, but then eventually going down in contact. Lions keeping possession. Van Rooyen now chipping the ball over, getting chased. It's going to land in the 22, and it is marked by the All Blacks. Beauden Barrett taking the ball now. Chipping the ball quickly, getting the possession back, but not getting too many meters there. The All Blacks now playing quick hands through the back line. A bit of a sloppy pass or two there, but now they've got some go forward. Fahianga Norfo finding a few meters. Imoni Narawa now with the ball, stepping in and tackled by Chris Smith on the 22-meter line for the Lions. All Blacks on the Lions' 22-meter line. Now shifting the ball. Quick hands, running rugby they are playing. They're playing some really good attacking and counter-attacking rugby there. Ethan Blackadder trying to take it quickly, but brought down immediately. Siba Mahashe now tackling Beauden Barrett, who's popped the ball on to the number 11, Imoni Narawa. And Narawa will jog over the try line and score New Zealand's second try for the game. The score now 14 points to 12 in favor of the Lions. That was elite from Beauden Barrett. My goodness. As he was getting tackled by Siba Mahashe, just popped it easy as you like in the tackle. And Imoni Narawa, with no one there to stop him, had to jog the last 10 meters by himself over the try line. And it will be a very, very easy score for him. In the corner, however, so there's no guarantee that Richie Mo'unga is going to kick this over. It is quite a tough kick. Although it's not Mo'unga that's kicking, of course, it's Beauden Barrett. 1 from 1 so far in this game. Of course, the first one was a lot easier. Very tough now on the corner. Yeah. And he has missed it to the right. Come on. Lovely. You can tell I'm not biased at all. New Zealand getting their second try, though, and it is 14 points to 12 in favor of the Lions. Who would have thought I'd be saying that 25 minutes into this rugby match. Wow. Lions have played phenomenally so far. Couple of errors there, a few slip-ups here and there, but they still remain in the lead by 2 points. 26 minutes played. Kickoff retaken. Collected by the All Blacks on the 22-meter line. And just shuffling the ball to the forwards, who takes it into contact. That's Ethan Blackadder. Haven't really made any meters there at all, just on the lines, or just on their own 22-meter line. Noah Hotham setting up the box kick. Oh, it's going to be its nice area for challenging. Fahanga Norfolk challenging. Doesn't. It bounces forward. The Lions get possession via Van Rooyen. However, the All Blacks are there to challenge, and he is holding on. Excuse me, sorry, that was Niku Steyn, not Van Rooyen. He's the coach. Throwing it back there a bit, of course. But yeah, so no, Niku Steyn holding onto the ball. The All Blacks get the penalty, and they kick it deep. Looks like it's just outside the Lions 22 there. The All Blacks will have a line out. Yeah, Niku Steyn just taken into contact, and the All Blacks were there. Obviously, it was a really good challenging kick. Fahanga Norfolk trying to challenge for it, not getting there, missing the ball completely. Niku Steyn collecting it, but all the All Blacks players were there to clean over him and win possession back. Line out to be taken by Taukiaho. Oh no, but someone is down. It is Siba Mahashe, but the ref has allowed play to continue. Fahanga Norfolk now taking the ball into contact. Hotham through to Moanga, to Bowden Barrett, who steps the first tackle, but he is brought down just outside the 22. Hotham again with a quick, clever little pass. Tries to dink it through, does Narawa, but he does not succeed. And the ball has gone out off a Lions player, and it will be an All Blacks line-out. Surprised the ref let play continue there. Simba Mahashe was down and being treated by one of the physios, and he allowed the line out to be taken despite that. Looks like he is still down, and it looks like the physio is still on the field. Of course, it is far away from the action, so they're not going to really impede the play. But yeah, it looks like there's going to be a repeat here. All Blacks take the line out, they win it, it is contested, but it is... Is that not a straight line out? Yeah, it's been adjudged to be a skew line out. Not great, because the Lions did challenge that. And the Lions are going to have a scrum. Oh, that was not straight at all, yeah. Threw it very skew, that. And the Lions win possession back. Silly, silly error from Taukiaho of the All Blacks. Chris Jenkins in the chat saying, thanks for Ever Sports. Sky New Zealand playing the cycling and not the rugby. Come on, guys. The All Blacks are playing. How can Sky Sports not be showing the rugby? That is ridiculous. Anyway, the Lions take the scrum. Shifting it through the back line now. Trying to play some quick hands running rugby. Popped through by Henku van Wyk, who's going to chase it. But the All Blacks win possession again now through Richie Moanga. But the Lions do get a little bit of territory. The All Blacks with quick hands now, though. On the left wing, they've gone blind. Very quick hands. Bowden Barrett now to Fahanga Norfolk taken down. Sneaking into the Lions 22. But Fahanga Norfolk judged to be holding on. Siba Mahashe, he's there. He came back from his little injury scare. And he's over that ball. Oh my word, that was awesome. That was brilliant from Siba Mahashe. My goodness. Oh, he's good over the ball. Winning possession back for the Lions, who now have a penalty inside their 22. Kewan Horn's going to take it on his left boot. Kicks it deep and towards the halfway line. Oh, and it's gone out by the 40-meter line. So Lions will have a line out inside their own half, but they do get a little bit of territory back. Lions win their own line out there. Chris Smith now cycling it through to Kewan Horn, who steps a player or two, finds a gap. He's running. He's by himself. He chips. He chases. Is there anyone chasing? Oh, it's Richie Mwanga who collects the ball, and he's brought down by the number 14, Kelly Mpeku for the Lions. New Zealand shuffling the ball very quickly, though. Burden Barrett found with no other choice than to kick. He's under some severe pressure, and he kicks it out from inside his own 22, just outside the 22. The Lions with an immense territory gain there due to the brilliance of Kewan Horn. Steps on the inside of Rico Ioane, chips and chases. Luckily for New Zealand, Richie Mwanga was back, but he's brought down by Chris Smith, trying to pop it out during the tackle, leaving Bowden Barrett in an extremely precarious position there, forced with no other option than to kick it out. Lions with the line out now, winning the line out all the way to the back to the number 8 for the Lions. Quick ball now, Niku Steyn to the back line. Henku van Veek now taking it, finds a gap, but he is then brought down immediately afterwards. Crash ball for the Lions, about 10 meters out. Kewan Horn, quick hands, Kelly Mpeku on the side. He steps in, but he is now brought down by Fahianga Nofo. Now Niku Steyn taking it to PJ Buerta into contact. Lions just trying to slow it down a little bit. Now it is SJ Kutsa taking it into contact. Lions slowly making a bit of ground. Franco Horn, the captain, getting pushed back just a little bit. Now Niku Steyn going sideways, finding a bit of a gap. Kelly Mpeku on the side. Kelly Mpeku is over the line for the Lions in the corner. And they have their third try of the game. The Lions have scored. It is 19 points to 12. That was phenomenal stuff from the Lions Rugby Union. My goodness, folks. It was brilliant. It was patient. It was measured. Niku Steyn, you beauty. It was so good. He's picked it up from the back of the ruck, about 10 meters out, runs it sideways, finds a step, finds a little gap. As he's about to be tackled, he pops it over to Kelly Mpeku, who is on the touchline. And while being brought down in the tackle, Kelly Mpeku dots it in the corner. Great stuff from the Lions. Extending their lead back to 7 points. 19-12, the Lions lead with 33 minutes played. This is phenomenal stuff. Chris Smith now going to take the kick from the touchline. It's a tough kick. Oh, but Chris Smith, you beauty. Straight over the middle. What Bowden Barrett can't do, folks, Chris Smith can. Wow. It's unbelievable. I don't think anybody in their right mind would have predicted that this would be the score at 33 minutes in this game. Ya beauty, you Lions. Kickoff now taken by New Zealand deep into the Lions 22. Bato Hlekani collects the ball. Hands over Namon Naroa into the face. Puts him down, but is then brought down at the next challenge. Inside the 22 are the Lions. I wonder if Niku Steyn's going to look to clear this now. Looks like he is. From the base, he clears. And it's out in the full. But Bowden Barrett takes it out quickly for the line out to Mwanga. Blackadder going to take it quickly now. All the way across left. They find Fahianga Nofo in a lot of space. He's making a run. He's made about 30 meters, but he's brought down in the 22. And the All Blacks going to slow the ball down just a little bit at the ruck there to keep possession. Inside the Lions 22, the All Blacks scores. That was a brilliant run from Fahianga Nofo due to the fast hands from New Zealand, which they are showing again. Fast hands now to the right wing. And it is Tailoa who takes the ball into contact now. They've gone deep into the Lions 22 now. Bowden Barrett now takes the ball into contact. But the All Blacks are playing this very quickly, not wasting any time. Quick hands. Ethan Blackadder finds himself on the left wing in space, and he's going to jog the ball over the line. The quick hands were just too much for the Lions there. Not much they really else could have done in defense. Just the extreme quick ball from the New Zealanders. They just didn't give the Lions any break. At the breakdown, they were so quick to recycle that ball. And Ethan Blackadder finding himself on the wing. He even had Fahianga Nofo on his left-hand side if he needed that extra pace. But he did not. He could find an easy run in to score. But the credit we can give to the Lions is that this is not going to be the easiest kick in the world for Bowden. It's going to be Mwanga who's kicking now. No, it's not. It's going to be Barrett. Okay, just deciding between the two of them who's going to take it. Look, Barrett really should be slotting this. He's about 30 meters out. Kicking it left to right. Beauden Barrett, however, ooh, he's missed it. He's missed it to the right. Not curling in as much as he wanted it to. And he's left 4 points out there. Had he kicked both of those over, the scores would be level, but they're not. The Lions are leading this game 21 points to 17. 36 minutes played. The Lions defense really unlocked there. It might be worrying signs going into the second half if the Lions cannot keep up fitness, or, I mean, also noting, of course, that a lot of these guys have been playing, Curry Cup rugby, which is not nearly at this level, or are coming off of the end of URC season break. So not quite up to the match fitness, especially at the level of, the All Blacks. So fitness may become a problem, and I think it may have shown a little bit there with that try, given that their defense was found lacking due to just the extreme quick hands of the All Blacks through the back line, allowing the number 7 to break as easily as that and score. Anyway, the kickoff is taken. All Blacks collecting it in the 22 and crash ball. Passing it deep now. Moanga fakes a kick, but passes it to Beauden Barrett, who then does indeed kick from inside the 22. Not looking for touch, though. Just deep kick there, collected by Kewan Horn, who's going to jog it up. Who's going to chip and chase it now, though. He's chasing his own ball. Doesn't quite get there, though. Beauden Barrett collects, and now New Zealand looking for a counter-attack. Narawai on the left wing, on the right wing, excuse me. Finding a bit of space, but not going forward. He's running sideways. Blackadder now into contact, but quick hands again. And now breaking is Pasilo Tosi, the prop. Passing it through to Beauden Barrett, who's going to kick it up. Chip and chase. Gets his own ball. And he's going to pop it over to Fahianga Norfo, who's got no one in front of him to challenge. And the All Blacks are going to score again. Oh, no. All Blacks taking the lead for the first time in this game. Once again, it's just the absolute quick hands of the All Blacks. The ability to pop it in the tackle. But the ref has decided to have a look here. He's just done a little bit of a, a little TMO. Let's just check this. I'm not quite sure what could have gone wrong here. I mean, I hope that there's something that stopped this try. Might be looking for a knock-on, perhaps. No, okay, so Beauden Barrett did chip and chase there. No knock-on, it was just very quick movement. I don't see that there's anything wrong here. Then it was really quick hands from Pasilo Tosi. Unfortunately, Henku van Wyk then dropped it for the Lions. If he just collected it there, then Beauden Barrett with some really quick hands there, just popping it up to Fahianga Norfo. And like I said earlier, it's just the absolute speed of the All Blacks' hands and their ability to recycle the ball at pace and pop it up in the middle of a tackle that is just really unlocking the Lions here in these past couple of minutes. I don't see any reason why this try will not stand. Oh, there might be a forward pass at the end there, Surely the refs are going to check that. Yes, so Beauden Barrett has been adjudged not to have knocked the ball on. Nothing wrong. But they're going to check for the forward pass. Oh, and the ref says no try because the last pass from Beauden Barrett to Fahianga Norfo has been adjudged to be forward. He just scooped it, like I said, at pace. It was really quick. But it has gone forward. And the Lions are lucky that is not adjudged to be a try. They keep their lead, though. The Lions really could go into the halftime break ahead, currently leading by 4 points. Only a minute and a half to play until halftime. Yeah, that was interesting, folks. Took quite a bit of time there, the TMO, just to make absolutely sure that everything was all right. Beauden Barrett did extremely well to chip and chase there. No knock on a judge. But just that final little pop from him, almost stealing it from the hands of Kelly Mpeku, was adjudged to have gone forward, and it will not be a try. The Lions have a scrum just inside their own 22-meter line. But I mean, the fact that where the scrum is just shows that the speed of the All Blacks, if that pass had gone backwards, I mean, from the 22, Fahianganofo literally jogged it over. There was no one there. The Lions just cannot deal with the pace. The scrum is taken. Oh, and the All Blacks are judged to have put a knee down there, and it'll be a penalty to the Lions. Collapsing that scrum did the All Blacks. Lions will get a penalty. I'm sure they've been studying the All Black scrum. The Boks, of course, as we know, were quite dominant in the scrums against the All Blacks in the first half on Saturday. I'm sure the Lions had been studying that and looking as to where there could be any potential weaknesses and now exploiting that. Chris Smith taking the ball and kicking it deep towards the halfway line. About in between the halfway line and the 40-meter. Now the Lions will have a line out. Footing lost by the All Blacks in that scrum. Brilliant scrummaging there from SJ Kutsa and Sebastian Lombard for the Lions. Great work from the Lucy and tight head there. The hooter goes for halftime. I'm sure the Lions are just going to take this line out, get possession, and kick it out, which is exactly what Niku Steyn does. And the Lions, folks, will go into halftime leading the All Blacks 21 points to 17. Can you believe it? All right, folks, stick around. Let's do a little bit of a halftime show here. Well, guys, it was quite interesting, this half of rugby. I don't think anybody would have foreseen the Lions going up the way that they did, going up 14-0, an electric start. Brilliant, iconic rugby from them to start the game. Now, that second try was purely from a Noah Hotham mistake, intercepted by Siba Mahashe, who could waltz over the try line. And then the All Blacks slightly coming back. It was shown that the Lions' fitness might just not be there, or they just cannot deal with the speed of the All Blacks' hands, because every try that the All Blacks have scored has purely been because of backline speed. Passing that ball quickly, getting it through to the wing, and the wings being able to just jog over and score. Then again, it was followed by Kelly Mpeku on the right-hand try line, who was able to dot down, not quite as easily as the All Blacks in the corner, but it was awesome stuff from the Lions. That try in particular, Niku Steyn just finding a gap, getting Kelly Mpeku into enough space to be able to dot down, and the Lions were leading by quite a significant margin at that point, 21-12. Then, of course, the All Blacks fighting back towards the end, almost taking the lead through a Bowden Barrett pop pass up to Fahianganofo, but that pass was adjudged to be forward. The All Blacks have been a little bit disappointing in terms of their discipline, and, you know, I think maybe just a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for here? A bit of big-headedness? There's a better word for that, but just thinking that they were going to absolutely roll over the Lions today. Of course, we know making 15 changes to the starting lineup against the Boks is not the same 15, but still, this is the All Blacks. When you put on that black jersey, you are representing New Zealand. It doesn't matter who you're playing against, and I think that they thought they could just walk over the Lions today. But the Lions, of course, have come prepared. They've come ready. There's only one time in your entire life for a lot of these players that they will ever get an opportunity to play a game of this magnitude against an opposition of players of this caliber. Really, the Lions have taken this opportunity by the horns. They are playing extremely well. I really, really hope that their fitness can keep up with the speed of the All Blacks game in the second half. So, guys, yeah, stick around. Let me know in the comments if you have any amended predictions, given how this game has gone so far. The Lions leading the All Blacks 21 points to 17 at halftime. We will see you after the halftime break very shortly. right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Forever Sports. Welcome back to Ellis Park. It is now the second half of the Lions versus the All Blacks. We are about to kick off. Richie Mo'unga kicking a deep downfield. Lions collecting just inside their 22 and slowing it down a bit, getting their backline a bit reorganized there from the kickoff, and taking it into contact is Sebastian Lombard. Nick Steyn now lining up the box kick. Successfully manages to do so. It's going to be challenged by Chris Smith, who gets up and collects it. That's brilliant work. And now Siba Mahashe down the left wing. Does he have the gas? No, he does not. I think he's just tackled outside. But the Lions regather. The Lions still have the ball, actually. No, he wasn't tackled outside. It's now collected by the number 11, Erich Cronier. He gets the ball. He collects. He finds a gap. And he's over. The Lions have scored immediately after the restart. Erich Cronier. Can you believe it, guys? This is just like how the first half started. With disbelief. The Lions, elite. They've scored again. They're leading 26 points to 17, guys. Oh my word. This is phenomenal stuff. No, please don't tell me the ref is going to look at something. Please don't tell me he's going to check. Honestly, I thought that Siba Mahashe was tackled out, or that his foot just scraped the line. But he managed to keep the ball in play, it seems. And then Erich Cronier picked up the ball. He ran sideways for a bit. He stepped through a few players. He found a gap. And he bundled over the try line to get the first try for the Lions in the second half. Fourth try for the game. But I do think the ref is having a look. Yes, TMO, and it's exactly at the Siba Mahashe tackle. Was he tackled out? Oh, it is millimeters, folks. It is millimeters. See, Fahang Nafo had, actually, sorry, I lied. That was Richie Mo'unga. Had Siba Mahashe in the tackle, and as he was bringing him down, Mahashe's left boot just almost scraped the touchline. But the TMO has decided he's in. He never was tackled out. And the Lions try stands. Electric. Apologies, guys, if that was unclear. I was caught off guard there. I thought he was out. The play continued and the Lions scored. It's phenomenal. Chris Smith to take the conversion now. And of course, he just knocks it over. This is phenomenal. All Blacks fans in the comments, how are you feeling about that? I'm not sure if you've seen that, but this is going to be very, very contentious. The kickoff taken now. The Lions lead 28 points to 17. And the Lions collect the ball in their 22. Take it forward a bit. Oh, but it's knocked on. The All Blacks now have a chance to counter-attack. Richie Mo'unga with ball in hand. Steps one, steps two, but is then brought down the third time. All Blacks ball in hand, just slowing it down a little bit. Very physical in the contact. They're physical in the breakdown as well. Great cleaning out. Blackadder passing it through to Barrett. Ooh, big hits on Barrett. Ball knocked backwards off of him. Taking it slowly now. Tauki Yaho munched by Siba Mahashe. Taken all the way back past the halfway line now, the All Blacks. Quick hands not working there for them. The Lions coming out extremely re-energized for the second half. Physical contact from them in the breakdown as well now. Henku van Veek with a very big tackle. And challenged and stolen by Franco Horn, the captain. Lions now have possession. Kelly Mpeku picks it up and puts it on his boot. Chases. Richie Mo'unga back now for the All Blacks, but he does not get anywhere. Mpeku to get over him. He is eventually cleaned up by Riku Ioane, but a judge to be holding on. Lions have a penalty 10 meters out from the try line towards the touchline. However, though, I don't think they're going to be looking for 3 here. Lions get a penalty. They're 10 meters out. God, this is phenomenal. This is unbelievable. Lions immediately scoring after kickoff at the start of the half. Now only 3 minutes have been played since then, and they've got a line out on the 5-meter line. Who would have thought the Lions are surprising everyone in the globe right now? Mone Labuskachni in the comments. Kom Lions. Julle het it. I agree. Let's see. Can Lions win the line out? Batohlekani taking it off the back now into contact. 2 meters out are the Lions. Taking it into contact now is the number 2, PJ Botha. Niku Steyn just trying to slow it down. Okay, now they're shifting it to the back line. Henku van Wyk now brought down on the 5-meter line. But the All Blacks have stolen it back through Ethan Blackadder. Brilliant work from him. But now Kewan Horn intercepts the pass back, but he's brought down on the 5-meter line. Niku Steyn trying to snipe. Looks like Lions have an advantage here. They do. Franco Horn taking it to Eric Cronje. Has he got the ball down? Has he managed to score a try here? No, he's adjudged to be just short. The Lions are centimeters away from the try line here and scoring the second of the half. Lions still taking it into contact. PJ Botha now. Still. Oh, it's been held up. It has been held up by the All Blacks. Oh, so close for the Lions to a second try there to kick off the second half with what would have been truly unbelievable. I mean, already is unbelievable that they've scored the first try, but to get a second one so quickly afterwards. Oh my goodness, folks. The Lions came here to play. The Springboks may have lost on the weekend. The Lions are not perturbed by that. They said that we've got a huge opportunity here, and we are going to show the All Blacks what Johannesburg is about, what the Lions Rugby Union is about. I see we have a comment here saying, it's an 80 minutes game, bro. You're right. It is an 80 minutes game. But for these 45 minutes so far, the Lions have been truly unbelievably good. Still 35 minutes to go. The All Blacks could bounce back here. The floodgates could open and they could still score a lot of tries. Who knows? But from what we've seen so far, there's nothing to suggest that that is going to happen. Lions have a scrum on the 5-meter line. They've set it up, but the ref has blown for them to reset this up. He does take some issue with this. It looks like the All Blacks players just bound and hit a little bit too early there. The ref has said that we're going to redo this scrum. Mark Sony in the comments. Mark Deleuze Almal Bokke for our New Zealand fans watching means make the Lions all Springboks. On this game, geez, if this 15 ran out on Saturday, I wouldn't be too unhappy with the heart that they are displaying. Okay, the scrum is being reset. Niku Steyn to feed. Lions quite dominant on the scrum. They've got the penalty advantage. They're pushing forward. Can they get over the line now? Can the Lions score? They can! The Lions have a second try in the second half. And they are up to 35 points, or 33 points rather. Oh, my goodness. So excited. I can't even do basic maths trying to get up to 35 when it should be 33. But this is brilliant. Oh my goodness. The Lions have scored again. They lead 33 points to 17. Dominant scrum. Absolutely mauling the All Blacks here with that scrum. Pushing over them. Immense strength. SJ Kutsa and Sebastian Lombard pushing with those tree trunk legs of theirs. All Black scrum breaking down completely, going all the way over that 5-meter line, and it has been dotted down by the Lions to score again. Chris Smith with a bit of a tougher kick for him now, but the way he's kicked so far this game, he could kick it over from Antarctica. And he does it again from the touchline. It's over. It's 35-17. Lions now doubling the All Blacks score and some. This is ongelooflik. I cannot believe what I'm seeing, folks. 35-17 up are the Lions against New Zealand's All Blacks. Wow. Kickoff taken. It is collected by Captain Franco Horn. Just inside the 22. The Lions keep it inside the 22. Niku Steyn's not going to look to box kick himself, though. He's going to pass it deep now to Chris Smith, who then takes the kick from deep inside the 22. Does not find touch, however. Bowden Barrett catching the ball on the touchline. He's running it now, and he is brought down inside the Lions' half. Noah Hotham now. Quick ball to Richie Moanga, who's brought down in the tackle. Taialoa now taking the ball into contact. Taukiaho getting the pop ball, but is then eventually brought down. Ethan Blackadder now quick hands himself. Oh, the New Zealanders showing their quick hands again. Rico Ioane finds a gap. He's in space. He's going to run all the way over. That's an extremely high-scoring second half so far, folks. Rico Ioane managing to dot down for the All Blacks. That was quite a bit too simple for the All Blacks, I think. Just again, quick hands from the All Blacks, exposing the Lions' backline there. Rico Ioane had the option to even pass it out left. He had 3 players to his left, but he decided to step in. I think it was Kelly Mpeku there, expecting him to pass. Oh, yeah, Sol down the river with that dummy. But look, Mpeku didn't really have much other choice. 3 players to Ioane's left, no one else covering, only Mpeku on 4 men. And it was Ioane who stepped in and could jog the extra 30 meters there over the try line to score the 4th try for New Zealand in this match. Moanga now taken over the kicking duties for New Zealand. Pretty straightforward kick for him. Should not have too much trouble knocking this over. And he does. Lions now lead the All Blacks 35 points to 24. Still an 11-point lead for the Lions. But if the All Blacks continue this electric attacking play, the absolute speed of those hands is, it's terrifying. They could score quite a few more tries here. We saw it in the first half, where the speed of the back line, the hands, the accuracy of the passing was the undoing of the Lions for the first 3 tries of the game, or for the All Blacks at least. Can New Zealand continue that? And the kickoff is taken. It is collected by number 12, Tavatava Nawai, who breaks through the first, breaks through the second, and is running, oh my word, all the way from the 22. He's over the halfway line, almost reaches the 40 meters there. Broken through 3 tackles, the big man. Large center he is. Taukiaho with some sweet hands now to Ethan Blackadder. Sam Darry now taking it into contact. Lions trying to steal the ball. Have they managed to turn it over? Yes, they have. Through Siba Mahashe. Stolen. Awesome jackling from him. Now Nick Steyn passing it to Hyron Andrews, is going to take it. But, there's no one there to cover him. PJ Buerta, the lone man, managing to keep possession for the Lions. Awesome, awesome work from him there. Great covering. Inside the 22 now, Nick Steyn is going to kick the ball. Yes, he's looking for touch. I don't know if he's going to find it. He does. It's a very good kick, actually, to get there. He's just inside the halfway line, inside the Lions' half still, but from deep inside the 22 there, not a bad effort. Oh, that was an awesome run from Timosi Tavatava Nawai, the large center himself, collecting the ball inside the 22 off the kickoff there, broke through the first tackle of Kelly Mpeku, then again from the number 10, Chris Smith, and then again Erich Cronier, ran about 50 meters himself there. All Blacks win the line out. And there's a few substitutions being made. Morne Brandon on for Buerta, Boan Venter is on for Kutsa, and Skuman is on for Lombard. The Lions making a change to their front 3 in the scrum. All Blacks maintain possession, however. They are inside the Lions' half. Just about in between the 22 and the 40-meter line. Little chip and chase now from, Bowden Barrett. He chips and chases. And on the covering run there was Richie Moanga, who's knocked it on. Unlucky for him, because had he collected that, I don't think anyone would have caught him, and he very likely would have scored a try there. But it will be a scrum for the Lions. It is a knock-on, unfortunately, for the All Blacks. Poor discipline, not quite poor discipline there, but just poor handling there to collect the ball. Look, it was a tough bounce, but you would expect a player of that quality to collect the ball and jog over the try line, but not to be. The Lions will have a scrum just about on the 40-meter line. Arnold Dubois in the comments. Come Lions, it's your game, your ground. Yeah, well, they're at Ellis Park. It's the Lions' home ground, and they're showing that Ellis Park can indeed be a fortress for the Lions at the very least. So far, 53 minutes played though, still a lot of rugby to come, and only 11 points in it. Good to see Rob's in the comments. Thank you for engaging. Lovely to have the wife supporting me here. Lions win their scrum. Ooh, not a great pass from Nick Hussein, but he passes it through to Chris Smith. He's going to look for the 50-22, but Bowden Barrett is there to clean up. Kicks from inside his own 22 and does find touch, and makes a few meters there still inside his own half. However, the Lions are going to have a line out. All right, guys, do we have any updated predictions here? Let me know in the chat. Line's taking very, very slow to set this line out up. Siba Mahashe coming and talking to the replacement hooker, Mone Brandon. They've got something cooking here. I can feel it. Lions taking the line out. Challenged by New Zealand, but Hiron Andrews collects. And the backline player is going to run now. Batsohlekani taking it into contact, making a few meters in contact as well. Big young man. Henku van Wyk now to Chris Smith, who steps through a few players, finds a gap. Chris Smith running down the right wing. Can he go all the way? No, he can't. He's brought down inside the 22, but the Lions keep the ball going. Buan Fenter now finding a gap, but he is brought down. Lions 20 meters out. Hashim Peed has been brought on. Long pass to the left to Eric Grenier, but there's no one there to support him, and he is bundled out of play. The All Blacks will have a line out inside the 22. Yeah, Hashim Peed with an extremely long pass there. I mean, I could see the vision, trying to do the same thing to the All Blacks, but I mean, of course, that long pass doesn't have quite the same effect as the quick hands of the All Blacks up close to the Lions. That long pass gave the All Blacks a lot of time to gather a few players around Eric Grenier, who was then by himself on that touchline, and three of the All Blacks players could easily drag him over the sideline and into touch. It will then be an All Blacks line-out. Mornay Labuschagne in the comments saying, bait fuss Lions rugby. I mean, they are 25 minutes away from making history here, Mornay. Could be insane. Okay, All Blacks winning the line out and collected by number 20, Peter Lakai. Takes it into contact. Noah Hotham has been replaced as well by Kyle Preston coming on. Not the greatest game for Noah Hotham despite scoring that first try. Batsohlekani now taking the ball after a kick into deep by the All Blacks. Handing off a player, but then taking it into contact. Oh no! Rico Ioane collects the ball into an interception, and it's going to be an easy try for him. Oh no. Hiron Andrews, what are you doing? Oh man, that is a gift for the All Blacks. So, I mean, the Lions got possession back there. Kicking it deep, taking it then was Batsohlekani, took it into contact. The Lions were keeping the ball alive really, really well. Excuse me, it wasn't Hiron Andrews. It was not Henku van Wyk either. It was Richard Creel trying to play that quick ball, trying to use the All Blacks game against them. And it just didn't quite work out for the Lions. The quick hands, Rico Ioane read that like an open book. And they will score their fifth try for the game, bringing the scoreline now with the conversion to 31 points to 35. The difference now being those two kicks that Bowden Barrett missed in the first half. Oh man, what a game of rugby we have here, folks. Oh, it's disappointing as a Lions fan seeing that. Oh my word, that try that Ioane just scored celebrates like this, indicating that he did read that like an open book. Not Richard Creel's finest moment, but he will be working really, really hard to to make up for that, I'm sure. 4-point game now, folks. We've got Clanky in the comments saying, time to punish New Zealand. We've got Elroy Williams saying, come on, All Blacks. We have a couple All Blacks fans watching this game. Good to see. Some Lions fans, some All Blacks fans. Anyway, the kickoff is taken. New Zealand collected in their 22, take it into contact. Kyle Preston collecting the ball, looking for touch. He does find touch. The Lions will have a line out on the 40-meter line. Decent clearance there from Kyle Preston. Doesn't have too much to do to fill the shoes of Noah Hotham. He didn't have quite a good game. Make that first try that the Lions scored was completely his fault. And just a few errant kicks, a few handling errors. That pass that was intercepted, just not a great game from Hotham, which I'm sure he will bounce back next time he plays. But Kyle Preston now has been brought on looking very calm, very composed. Bit of test match experience for him, of course. Lions take the line out and they win it. Hashim Peed now stepping through a few players, not really going anywhere though. Batsohlekani tackled heavily. Lions still maintain possession though. Charge down now, number 22. That was Hashim Peed for the Lions. It was charged down, but the Lions gathered through Kewan Horn, who then kicked deep into the All Blacks territory, who now have an opportunity to counter-attack. Richie Mwanga finding some space, but he is then brought down by the Lions inside their own half. Quick hands again from the All Blacks. It's put onto the boot of Rico Ioane, but it is now found by Chris Smith covering at the back. Chris Smith looking for a 50-22, but Beauden Barrett is there to cover, not allowing that ball to go out. Beauden Barrett just jogging now. Makes a long pass. Ooh, to Fayanganofo, but that was very risky. Chris Smith almost intercepting, and New Zealand knocked the ball on into contact. The Lions will have a scrum inside their own half. That was a bit sloppy from Beauden Barrett, it must be said. He had a lot of time there on the ball, could have done anything with it, could have run, could have kicked, but instead didn't really go anywhere. Then attempted a super long pass from a standstill position. Chris Smith almost intercepting it. Fayanganofo, though, then collecting the ball, taking it into contact, but in doing so, knocking the ball on. And had Beauden Barrett not been so lackadaisical with possession there, perhaps the All Blacks could have made something of that. But not to be. The Lions will have a scrum inside their own half. We've got Clanky commenting, saying that the Lions are already tired. Well, I mean, yeah, game against the All Blacks. I mean, we saw it with the Sharks. We saw it with the Stormers. Stormers electric in that first half, and then as the 60-minute mark hit, they got tired and the floodgates opened. New Zealand really capitalized. Lions binding early, and the All Blacks will get a free kick taken off the tap there. Peter Lakai into contact. Siba Mahashe bringing him down. Still inside the Lions half are the All Blacks. Oh, and he's broken through the All Blacks player. Wallace Titi gaining about 15 meters there, but he's holding on. Who's that over the ball? Oh, yes, it is number 12, Richard Creel, trying to make up for his mistake earlier, allowing that try to be scored by Rico Ioane. He is now over the ball, over Wallace Titi, making sure that he cannot let that ball go and getting the Lions a penalty. Rashawn Khan commenting, saying, under no circumstances will the All Blacks lose this game. 20 minutes to go. They trail by 4 points. Who would have thought that this would be the case? Lions kicking the ball deep there with the penalty, and they get the line out. Winning the line out, going blind. Franco Horn breaks through the first tackle, passing it through to Morne Brandon, who's knocked it on. So unfortunate. He was making meters there, but knocked it on into contact. Now the All Blacks with their electric quick hands. It's a bit of a sloppy pass. It's a Bowden Barrett, but Bowden Barrett then collects it from behind him, kicks it deep. Frankie Horn. Sorry, Kewan Horn now with possession. He's tackled just inside his own half. Chris Smith now getting it. Erich Grenier now looking for a gap, not finding it. Does manage to make about 3 meters there, though. But it looks like the All Blacks have stolen possession back. They have through Wallace Ititi. Passed deep now by the All Blacks. Richie Mwanga having a go, but he is brought down by Mornay Brandon, who will be livid that he dropped that ball where he did about 50 meters away from the try line. Could have made some great meters there and had a great attacking opportunity for the Lions, but it wasn't to be. Peter Lakai now taking the ball into contact. Wallace Ititi picking up, going immediately, and drilled back by Hiron Andrews. The forwards now just picking and driving, managing to get a few meters there are the All Blacks. Still inside the Lions half though. And oh, those quick hands, elite hands from the All Blacks. Richie Mwanga finds some space now. Tava Nawai going for it. Riku Ioane is on the left wing now. And Ethan Blackadder is going to bundle over the try line. And for the first time this game, the All Blacks take the lead. Oh, it's heartbreak for the Lions. That is so sad. The All Blacks fans in the crowd are rejoicing. I'm not sure if it's more happiness or relief, but the All Blacks finally lead the Lions. The score now 36 points to 35 in favor of the All Blacks. Someone said it in the comments earlier, the Lions are getting a bit tired, and you can see it there. Once again, the accuracy in passing from the All Blacks, the quick hands as well, combined with that accuracy, just that undid the Lions completely there. Rico Ioane with a really well-timed pass to Tava Nawai, who then popped it through to Ethan Blackadder, who could gallop over the try line. Oh, Richie Mwanga missing a very easy kick there. New Zealand are leaving points out on the park, folks. That's 6 points they've missed in kicks now. Could be on 42. They could be 7 points clear in this game, but they're not. They are only 1 point clear now. Look, one would expect the All Blacks to win this game from here. One would expect them to score 2 or 3 more tries and win this game fairly comfortably in terms of what it would look like as an end scoreline. But the Lions have played their heart out. Let's really hope we don't see a repeat of the Stormers game where, 60 minutes came, the fitness got to them, the tiredness got to them, and the floodgates opened and New Zealand went on to win fairly comfortably. Let's hope the Lions can keep this going. Let's hope they can hold their heads high and defend like their lives depend on it. What a massive opportunity the Lions have here. But it is the All Blacks that lead. The kickoff is taken. They don't take the ball into contact quickly. They're playing those quick hands. I think the All Blacks have realized that's their best chance here of scoring tries. Those quick hands, getting the better of those tired Lions. Bowden Barrett kicks it forward now. Kewan Horn collects it inside the 22, drags it just over the 22 now, but the Lions keep possession. Hashim Peed setting up the kick. Now he can't kick it out directly. It's been taken from outside the 22. And he has kicked it out directly, and it's going to be an All Blacks line out from where he kicked the ball just inside the 22. I think he's just misread the situation there. Unfortunately, Hashim Peed thinking that the ball was inside the 22 originally, but it wasn't. It was taken back. So it will be an All Blacks line out just inside the Lions 22. We've got Njabula Mabaso in the comments. Jabs, good to have you with us, man. Saying terrible kick from Richie, very unlike him. Yeah, it was. It really, really was. Glenky saying All Blacks are going to get to 50 points. We'll see. All Blacks take the line out. They win it. They set up the driving maul. They're making penalties. Oh, and they're making meters. They have the penalty advantage, is what I meant to say. A free play here for the All Blacks. Pushing forward. Do they go? They're brought down, though, 10 meters out from the try line. Still have that penalty advantage, of course. The ref is blown his whistle as the All Blacks knock it on, but they do have the penalty advantage. What will they do with it? Yes, All Blacks getting the penalty there. They have kicked it out into touch on the 5-meter line. It's going to be a line out taken by Bradley Slater for the All Blacks, who's come on to replace Tauki. They set up the driving maul again. Can they repeat and get over the line? No, but Lions are competing this quite fiercely. Really good contest from the Lions. And the Lions have won possession back. Come on! Yes, man! Awesome stuff from the Lions. Getting over, and they're going to win a scrum. It is not a penalty for the Lions, but they do win possession back. They're going to have a scrum on the 5-meter line. Brilliant, brilliant work from the Lions there. Love to see it. As we set up the scrum here, it looks like, oh, Robs is going to bed. Come on, it's only 8:30. My wife has told me she's going to bed. In the comments here, come on, well, sleep well. Thank you for joining us. Anyway, guys, let's get back to the rugby. Let's focus on the rugby, man. This is an awesome game we have in front of us here. New Zealand leading the Lions by 1 point only. 66 minutes played. 36 points to 35. Hashim P to feed the scrum for the Lions on the Lions' own 5-meter line. The scrum has collapsed. I think the ref has decided that they're going to just reset it here. Buon Fenter. Ooh, I think the Lions are a bit lucky there. It looks like Buon Fenter was the one that collapsed that scrum. A bit suspect. But the ref is going to tell the Oaks, no, look, let's just do this again. Hashim Pete's talking to his boys, just calming them down. All the Lions have got to do is win this possession, get the ball out through the back, send it to Chris Smith at the back, who can just kick it deep into touch and just get a bit of territory security there. Anda Dumalisile saying All Blacks winning, Maji. Well, they are so far. Oh, the Lions get the penalty off the scrum. Ho ho! Come on. Yes, it means that. I mean, look, they're still far out, very far out from their own try line. Winning that scrum on their 5-meter line, but I'm sure Chris Smith or Kieran Horn's going to put that on the boot and kick it deep. Lions are going to get a line out, probably close to the halfway line there, and see if they can work some magic from there. Indeed, Chris Smith kicks it deep. Indeed, he gets it past the halfway line. That's a brilliant kick from Chris Smith. Lions are in no rush to get to this line-out setup. All Blacks are already, they're ready to go. I think it just shows, it's an indication that they are tired. They are really, really popped now, are the Lions, but they're going to keep pushing as far as they can. They win the line out, a bit dodgy there, hiring Andrews, but knocking it down. Sigumbuzo Noche taking the ball into contact. Hashim Pete looking for a little chip and chase, but it's not a good one at all. It is collected by number 11, Imoni Narawa, straight into his hands. And All Blacks managed to keep possession inside the line, inside their own half, though. Ethan Blackadder with a poor pass, but now the hands are quick. Rico Yuan is on the wing. What can he do? He's brought down, but he pops it out in the tackle, and the All Blacks are still passing the ball, but eventually brought down is number 18, Saula Mao, on his All Blacks debut. But they're playing it quickly now, the All Blacks. Those hands are immense. They're quick. Wallace Titi on the boot quickly, chasing it. But the All Blacks have messed it up somehow. The Lions have a penalty. I'm not quite sure exactly what's happened here. There might have been a bit of obstruction. Just hold off for a second. I'll let you know. Oh, it's offside. There were players in front of the kicker when Satiti put it onto the boot. Sorry, forgive me, not Satiti. It was number 20, Peter Lakai, who put that on the boot. And there were players in front of him, the All Black players, who were then adjudged to be offside. and then challenged for the ball. So, of course, that is offside, and the Lions do get the penalty for that. It was the replacement 9, Kyle Preston. Chris Smith with a very good kick, kicking it just outside the 22-meter line there. Lions are on the attack. Do the Lions have one last big push? We've got a comment here from Dylan Skitzer saying Lions are doing better than the Bulls, Sharks, and Stormers. So they're doing better than the Springboks as well. So, playing very nicely on the lines. They win their line out. They take it. Erich Krenier looking for a gap, which he can't find. Hashim Peed now taking it quickly. Monet Brandon into contact. He's a battering ram, that man. Loves a bit of contact. Richard Creel now passing. JC Pretorius taking it into contact, but he is bundled out into touch, and the All Blacks will have a line on which they take quickly. Oh, no, the ref is not going to allow them to do that. Trying to be sneaky there was Kyle Preston, but the All Blacks not allowed to take that quickly. Inside their own 22. Oh, man, the Lions, 9 minutes to go. They just need a push. Come, boys. Come, boys. Find a penalty somewhere. Get those 3 points. Get the lead. There's only 1 point in it. They are, oh, man, this is just insane to watch. Buta Chamberlain onto the park now for the Lions. Coming in. I think he's coming into the fullback position. We might see Q and Horn move to 10. All Blacks win the line out. Trying to maul it forward now, which they're successfully doing, getting a few meters gained. Really good maul from the All Blacks, actually. Lions getting pushed backwards, showing a bit of tiredness here. They are. Ref said, first stop, use it once, and Kyle Preston swings it to the back line. Takes it into contact, number 23, Josh Jacob. Richie Mwanga now looking for a gap, and he finds it. He's running. There's no one with him, though. Is Buta Chamberlain going to make the tackle? Peter Laka is there in support now. And the All Blacks fumble. Can the Lions win possession back? No, they can't. It's kicked forward. Richie Mwanga again with ball. Great run from him, though, making about 40 meters in territory there. It's a loose pass now from the All Blacks. They find themselves back towards the halfway line where they were just inside the 22. Lions with a desperate scrambled defense, but it has worked. All Blacks still keep possession, though. Siba Mahash is a workhorse. Oh my goodness, that's a brilliant tackle from him. All Blacks now pushing forward. Ethan Blackadder taking the ball into contact. Sneaking into the Lions half now, all the All Blacks. Wallace Ititi into contact now. Kyle Preston looking to set up the up and under, which I'm sure will be challenged. Yes, it will. Imoni Narawa looking to challenge, but Chris Smith gets there first easily. Not even much challenge, but the All Blacks forwards are there to counter. Can they cover the ball? No, they can't. Lions keep possession. Hashim Peed now passing it to the Lions, number 5, Ruan Delport. Now a little chip over the top from Hashim Peed, but it is collected by the All Blacks. Was there a little knock on there, ref? Yes, there was. All Blacks have knocked it on. The Lions have a scrum on the halfway line. Number 19 for the All Blacks, Jamie Hanna trying to collect the ball, which he successfully did, but in trying to place it backwards to be collected, he made a mistake and knocked it forward. The Lions will now have the scrum. And we have a new subscriber. It's Vaughn Chetty. Welcome to Forever Sports, Vaughn. Good to have you with us. We've got a fan poster there, the little kid holding up a poster saying, Lions eat ferns for dinner. Well, it has been that case for quite a lot of this game until the All Blacks took the lead about 10 minutes ago, which they still have by 1 point. Man, this is so close. The Lions, whatever happens from here, honestly, the All Blacks could go on and score 3 more tries. The Lions can really hold their heads high. They can be incredibly proud of what they have achieved tonight, regardless of this result. looking at the stats here, the All Blacks with 11 handling errors, only winning 1 of their own scrums compared to 8 of the Lions. The scrum is something which we've seen throughout this greatest rivalry tour, which has been a severe weakness for the All Blacks. I mean, of course, it didn't hurt them against the All Blacks. I mean, against the Springboks. It didn't hurt them against any of the other local teams. But if teams can really play their cards right and dominate that and get the right, penalties in really good areas, they can make it work for themselves, which is exactly what the Lions have done here tonight. What the Springboks couldn't do. Oh, and now as I say that, the All Blacks with a massive scrum, winning possession back off the Lions in that scrum. Kyle Preston taking possession, bit slippery, but he is brought down. And the All Blacks will come back for that penalty, which they won off that scrum. Man, I just had to say something about the All Blacks scrumming badly. Come on, man. Anyway, yeah, the All Blacks do have a penalty. No, is it within kicking distance? Are they going to even consider that? No, I don't think they are. Moanga is going to kick for touch. All Blacks have possession. They have kicked the ball into touch and will have a line-out throw just outside, or just inside the Lions' 22, rather. Line out taken. New Zealand win it. Set up the driving maul, making quite a few meters here, the All Blacks, so it's worrying signs for the Lions. Keeping it going on the All Blacks. It's a really, really good maul drive from them. Okay, it's stopped now and the ref is called use it. Kyle Preston. Oh, now they've gone blind. Richie Moanga going blind, but he's brought down. 15 meters out now are the All Blacks. Taken into contact now is number 17, Xavier Numia. Driving forward though, 10 meters out. All Blacks, can they get this try, which is going to be a game winner should they get it? The match hangs in the balance here, Lions. Can they defend for their lives? 6 meters out, the All Blacks. Forwards, just recycling possession here. Taking hits after hit after hit. Not going anywhere, but really making those Lions forwards tired. Okay, cycle to the back line now, but brought down immediately. Great tackle from Chris Smith. Okay, now the hands are quick. Can the All Blacks do something with it here? It's collected by Richie Moanga. Oh my word, and he's dropped it out. Richie Moanga trying to pass it to Beauden Barrett, and Beauden Barrett has knocked the ball out of play. Beauden Barrett appealing to the ref, saying, no, the Lions player got involved and knocked it forward, which is why it went out of play. But I do not think the ref is agreeing. Beauden really saying to the ref, no, the Lions player knocked it on. But no, he didn't. Or did he? Or did he? Just want to see here. Yeah, so Buta Chamberlain trying to get that intercept there. A genuine attempt at the intercept. Before Rico Ioane tried to pop the ball to Beauden Barrett and then it went out. So Buta Chamberlain was adjudged to have knocked the ball on in that attempt. Luckily, he's not being carded for it because it was a genuine attempt at a... he only just really touched it though. But a genuine attempt at the interception. The All Blacks will have a scrum. Man, Beauden Barrett appealing to the ref, begging him for that try. I mean, for that scrum, the knock-on, which led to the scrum. And, well, the ref listened. It was a knock-on. It will be a scrum. Fair is fair. All right, scrum being set up to be fed by Kyle Preston. 78 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Lions, come on. History hangs in the balance. Can the Lions win possession back and do something miraculous? Please. Please. Scrum being set now. Oh, the Lions are tired. They're being dominated in the scrum. And they have the penalty. Do the All Blacks. Penalty advantage. Peter Lakai picks it up off the back. Trying to find a gap, but he doesn't find it. He's brought down 6 meters out. Quick hands now from the All Blacks. Can they find the try line? Now, why? Oh, Imoni Narawa finds himself over the try line. And the All Blacks score. And that will be the match, I'm afraid. Ladies and gentlemen. All Blacks getting over right at the end. Imoni Narawa touching down in the corner. Oh. Oh. Man. They were so close, the Lions. They oh. Man, I'm actually speechless. It was they had such a good chance to do something amazing. I mean, not to take anything away from the achievement which they have already done. This was an epic show from the Lions. A Lions without most of their Springboks, mind you. Of course, Bourne Fencer was released to play this game. Kieran Horn has a few Springbok games under the lid. Richie Mwanga misses another kick. And that will be full time, ladies and gentlemen. The New Zealand All Blacks win the match 41 points to 35. But my goodness, Lions, hold your heads high. What a brilliant performance from the 10-bet Lions. It was beautiful. It was awesome. They led them 14-0. At the start of the second half, they scored 2 quick tries. It was beautiful rugby from the Lions. Their defense was found a little bit lacking with New Zealand's speed, with New Zealand's accuracy in the passing, with the dominance at the breakdown that New Zealand had. But the Lions, people thought that New Zealand were going to win this game by 60 points. People thought that New Zealand were going to win this game by 50 points. I myself thought that New Zealand were going to put 50 on them and the Lions were only going to score 12. It was just a beautiful showing from the Lions. It was, oh my goodness, what a beautiful, beautiful game this is. This is rugby, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the All Blacks, of course. They go 5 from 5 in the greatest rivalry tour. Winning this match now by 6 points, 41 points to 35 against the Lions. Clanky commenting, saying New Zealand was just taking it easy. Of course, it was not their first string team playing, but it doesn't mean anything. When you put the All Blacks jersey on, you are representing New Zealand. And they got the win. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think rugby won today. The Lions and Lions fans can be so damn proud of that performance. Awesome work. I think a bit of tiredness, a bit of fitness got to them. But the heart that they have shown was awesome. Well done to the Lions. I'm proud of you. South Africa is proud of you. I think the world is proud of you. New Zealand fans, I'm sure, can respect and appreciate this awesome performance from the Lions as well. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that will be that for this game. And, well, please do hang around. We are going to do a post-match analysis coming immediately after this. So stay around. Stay online for the next video. It will literally be starting immediately after this. So, yeah, hang around. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on Forever Sports. The All Blacks pipping the Lions 41 points to 35. This has been your boy, Ali de Block, and we will see you real soon. Thank you so much.